When I tell you I haven't driven a vehicle like this in quite some time, this is the Alfa Romeo Giulia TZ2 from 1965, a vehicle that I highly recommend you try out. But let me tell you why you need to try this vehicle out. So firstly, this vehicle packs a lot of history. So this is actually a collaborative effort between Alfa Romeo and Zagato. Zagato was established in 1919 at Monza, located just north outside of Milan. Now they were very good at building lightweight car bodies, utilizing technology from aircraft manufacturing, which is what they were known for. So Alfa Romeo saw them and so, you know what, let's work together and make some really good race cars. And that's exactly what they did. With the combined effort from both sides, they saw great success on the racing scene. Now the Alfa Romeo TZ2 is actually the second rendition, or just a model made better, of the original TZ, which debuted in 1962, which was a purpose-built racing vehicle with a aerodynamic aluminium body, a steel tubular space frame chassis. It had a 1.6 liter engine in it, it was lightweight, and the TZ2 just took that formula and made it a lot better. So this vehicle now has a 1.6 liter inline 4-cylinder, but it pushes out 168 brake horsepower, which may not seem like a lot, but hold on, it has a 5-speed transmission, front engine rear wheel drive, and only weighs 620 kgs. This vehicle is extremely lightweight, so yes, it can be underpowered because it doesn't need that much power to actually get this vehicle down the road or around the circuit really quickly. So now, to get your hands on this vehicle, well, you need to head on over to the legendary dealership and pick it up for 3.8 million credits. So this is where an issue occurs. Is it worth 3.8 million credits? And I'm going to tell you right now, it is. So 3.8 million credits is honestly not bad of a price for this vehicle, considering the fact that in Gran Turismo 5, 6 and in GT Sports, this vehicle would have costed you 10 million credits. So yeah, and also we see that this vehicle's price is actually going to increase in October, so I would recommend you to actually pick this vehicle up right now while it is still affordable. Now, Alfa Romeo Giulia TZ2 from 1965. After you purchase this vehicle and you take it around the circuit, I will be honest with you, you are not gonna feel a sense of 3.8 million credits. You are gonna feel like you're driving any old classic race car, any old classic vehicle that's not really that exciting to drive. It's okay, it's mediocre, it's nothing really to write home about. Because look, we averaging lap times around the 2-minute mark, with my fastest lap time being a 1 minute 58 seconds around Kyoto Driving Park. And that is not anything to really write home about. I mean, you see your modern day hatchbacks stock are setting those type of lap times, but you need to remember, this is a car from the 60s. Yes, it is a race car, it's not that fast, but once again, you are buying racing history, you are buying a piece of art, and it's decent. Look, you aren't going to be sliding about. The vehicle is very responsive, has good braking, but down the straightaways it just doesn't have the oomph behind it to really get you going, to really get you excited. However, you can change this by heading on over to a tuning shop and applying some few mods to it. Now, it actually has quite a few mods that I wasn't expecting, especially a high RPM turbocharger. So this now takes the power up from 186 brake horsepower all the way up to 281 brake horsepower. So we see a sizable increase in the power output, and sadly we aren't able to remove any more weight, but I mean, what more can we take out? The vehicle only weighs 620 kgs. It's extremely lightweight. Now, if we head on over to GT Auto, we are gonna see that we can't add any upgrades to this vehicle. We aren't able to add a front splitter, side skirts, diffuser, or even a custom rear wing. So we are stuck with the standard aero that the vehicle comes with, and that is 0 downforce in the front and 20 in the rear, which most of the time is an issue, because with vehicles in Gran Turismo 7, especially your older cars, when you start pushing a lot more power out of the vehicle's engine, they honestly don't know how to handle the power. Most classic vehicles aren't made to be at that power level, so they really struggle. But that is not the case with the Alfa Romeo. The Alfa Romeo is just such an easy vehicle to drive. Yes, we see ourselves coming down Kyoto driving park straight away doing over 230 kilometers per hour before we slam on the brakes. And when I tell you we slam on the brakes and it's a very quick reaction, this vehicle isn't delayed, it's very responsive, it's very attentive to what you want the vehicle to do. You can take it either being a proper racer where you want it to listen to every single one of your moves, or you can have the vehicle where the rear end steps out and you get it on 2 wheels. And you might actually find yourself going on 2 wheels a lot more often than you think. And that's what I love about the Alfa Romeo. It can keep you guessing. It's extremely fun and just a joyful experience. At no point in time was I regretting my purchase. The only thing that I will bring back to the fact is, with it being fully upgraded on racing soft tires, we are at a performance points rating of 622 performance points if I'm not mistaken. Now that's not really high and not really competitive when it comes to most of the events in Gran Turismo 7. Now when I tell you, if you detune this vehicle to 600 performance points, it will be extremely competitive. Now when it comes to money grinding, I'm gonna put my foot in it and say, you know what, this is a fantastic vehicle. I'll be honest with you, I haven't tried it out yet, but I will, and then I'll possibly make another video if it's really that good. If not, well, you won't see anything. But the Alfa Romeo Giulia, it comes with a load of history. It sounds incredible. It has an extremely high revving engine. The interior cam on this vehicle, oh my word, it's just so good. It's a fabulous vehicle to drive, to hear, to experience. And if you have the money laying around, I highly recommend you to go ahead and purchase this vehicle. Yes, it's not as fast as modern day vehicles, but it's not supposed to be. This vehicle right now, I wouldn't want it any faster, I wouldn't want it any slower. It is the perfect Alfa Romeo Giulia TZ2. This vehicle right here is just perfection. The only issue is the fact that when it comes to the events you can use this vehicle in, it is quite limited, because it is officially a race car, but you can't use it in the historic masters class, and it is too slow for any neo-classical events. So you are gonna find it a bit difficult to find events for it, but I'm sure there's a way you will find a way to do it. So with that being said, I highly recommend you to try this vehicle out. And with that being said, let me know your thoughts of it in the comment section down below. With that being said, thank you so much for watching, thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.